Hello and welcome back to another stream with me. I'm gonna take a look at some residential areas in City Skylines today. Uh, most importantly, I'm gonna try to make these areas a bit more compact by making these new tiny roads in between on these empty spots to kind of fill in the useless spots in this city here, make it look more realistic. So let's start by doing that. Just add some. I'm just gonna add some tiny roads. Disable the road guidelines, probably. So that should be good. Add a few more inside that area as well, like so, and that should be perfect for filling in with some more residential here, just to kind of max out the possible zone. I could add a little bit here as well. I'm not gonna add too much since this is a bus stop. Like so. Yeah, I found it kind of weird that there's such a high amount of empty spaces, especially in this area. So I'm definitely going to have to fill in that a bit more. This could be a nice spot to start actually. Sorry, continue. I already started. Try and not come too close to the industrial zone here. I want to keep them a bit separate so I don't get too much noise from that area. That should be good. Of course they need some water here, like so. There's a quite empty area here. I'm gonna fix that as well by first removing the entire area actually. Let's just put daylight back on first. So I'm gonna take this whole thing away. That way. And just kind of fill in this area in a more dense way. Could actually add a road here. And have that kind of probably come up here. That will make sense. Like so. And add a few more roads. Could actually just add one like this. That should be good. And of course there's this area which I also have to fill in. That should be good. Over here it's quite a nice grid. I could just continue that. First of all, I'm gonna finish this off. Let's see. Could add another road here. And now there's quite a bit more space. Just gonna fill this in. So it was kind of stupid to have all these isolated pockets near the city center. They work best in rural areas. So I'm gonna try to connect this a bit more. Yeah, that should be good. And just add a few of these tiny roads in between here. Actually, I could use this. That could make more sense, I guess. I don't know, this might be a bit strange since the road was already quite gritty, so I don't know. There wouldn't be any logical reason as to why they just kind of made these crawly roads inside a perfectly fine grid. But it looks kind of nice. Just fill this in. Like so. Yeah. Over here. That should be good. I could actually connect this, I think. I don't know if that would make a lot of sense. Might be a bit strange. Over here, it's quite separated. These are really large concrete roads, which is kind of strange. I didn't think I was using them in that way, but apparently I was. Can't remember doing that. But then again, there's nobody else who could have done it, so must have been me. As you can see, I'm kind of doing that right now, but that's because the road is already made like that. So I thought I'd just continue that pattern. Actually here I could use a wider road. Oh wow, okay, so I apparently replaced some bush with trees. I don't know if that's a bit strange maybe. As you can see, there's maybe a bit too many trees here. Especially here. And yeah, considering this is a area for skyscrapers, that's really strange. I don't know, maybe it's cool, I guess. Okay, that's strange. I need to fix that. Let's see. Small bush. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't work either. Hmm. Nope. Not that either. Okay, that's because I'm doing it globally. I see. I hope that didn't do too much damage. Let's see, building. Um, Small bush. Okay, so that should be a bush now. Small, okay. Um, yeah, that could be better. Okay, so it doesn't work anymore. Apparently I can't adjust that anymore. But I think I can do something like this, probably. Okay, that didn't work. That helped a bit. Hmm. Or to find a tree. I kinda don't like these tall ones. I'm trying to find whatever tree that is. Oak, okay, so no, there's barely any other tree than these pine trees, apparently. And in the forests, there is barely any pine trees at all. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see globally then. What kind of trees are there here? I could simply replace the birch with, let's see if I can find birch here. Apparently not. Uh, Not sure if this is the best idea. Kind of messed up this whole tree thing, I guess. And it doesn't seem to work anyways. Okay. Well, I guess this is fine then. Because I have no choice. But I could also try to add some more trees manually. In this matter. Just kind of add these pine trees around here. Maybe a bit easier on the strength here. Oops, that's already too much here. Let's see, try and actually I'll do that manually. Not too much damage done here. Yeah, that should be good. I kind of fell out of what I was supposed to do here. I'll try and keep to that task. Let's see. Add a bit more roads over here. connected there. That should be good. Could do the same here. Like so. Okay, this road isn't a good idea, I can see that clearly now, because everyone living here will just use that tiny road, which is not a good idea, and I should probably connect this over here and remove that. Sorry, just had to log off Steam quickly. A bit strange of an angle there. Try to keep it a bit more straight. Actually, I could just continue this one straight ahead for quite a bit. In that matter, yeah, that should work. And fill in with some houses here. I could also add some connections here. That way. And from this spot over here, add a few gravel paths between these neighborhoods, since they're so close. It'd be kind of strange if these weren't connected in some form or way. Could actually expand this one a bit. Try to connect this road here. And yeah, that could actually work. Add some more residential here. Try to keep it away from this probably. So that should be good. Also over here, shouldn't be connected. I completely forgot about that. The residential demand is really low, so I'm just gonna max that out and look it, see if there's any help in that. These houses seem to be a quite high level actually, and that's quite nice. So that should be better. Let's see over here, and there's a bit room for expansion here as well. Not a lot, just a little bit. Try to keep this road a bit further down here, so they don't get too close. Use this one here. Yeah, that should be good. Kind of fill in with some houses again. Here. This hill might be a bit difficult to fill in with houses, so I'm gonna flatten out the terrain here a bit. It's actually in a slope as well, so I'll just have to change the level of the flattening tool eventually as I move along the slope here. And that should be good. No, it hasn't updated yet, so I'll have to upgrade it to some other road. I could upgrade it back afterwards, but I think this road should be fine, so I'm just gonna keep it at that. I could fill in some houses here as well. That should be good. A pedestrian connection to this, that could actually be quite nice. So let's see, have it go around here. Use the movie tool, let's see. Yeah, like that could work. Try and keep it a bit more straight. There you go. Now they can get down to the beach whenever they want. They can also access this marina area whenever I've done this one. Okay, I'll just have to fix the water here quickly before I move on. Let's see, this area is still a bit empty, so I'm gonna try to add some more residential here as well. A bit of a strange angle here. Let me try to fix that. Might be a bit difficult. That should work. Let's add some residential here. And here. Should be a bit more dense now. Could actually add another tiny street here. Connected here. And just kind of fill out this area. Might be a bit close actually. Gonna try to keep a bit distance to the road. Since this is a quite well, it's not big, but it's the main road, so I'm trying to keep stuff off that road. Technically they can't spawn on the road, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if it generates any noise either. A bit here in the interchanges, but otherwise not really. I should probably move this one to a bigger interchange over here, so that the trucks can more easily travel over here. Let's see, add some more houses here, like so. Just try to make it a bit more dense. Not sure about this area. Could probably use some more houses. Might be a bit too steep though. Let's see. Just add one here, and connect these, I guess. Could work. Yeah, probably. Over here. Yeah, that worked actually. Now they can have more houses there as well. A few here. Here. Let's try to kind of fill it in as much as possible. Used to be kind of hard to see whether this was a rural or urban area. I'm trying to make that distinction a bit clearer by making this more dense and yeah, sort of having the farms more separate. As you can see here, it's quite obvious this isn't dense enough. There's still potential for more houses, and I'm pretty sure most people won't just let that opportunity go, so they will just max out this area for the profits, I guess. So I'm gonna try and fill this in completely. As many houses as possible. Yeah, this should be better. Remove that strange curve there. Empty spot here. Okay, so they need water here. Let's take a look in quick hammer mode. I think that looks pretty cool actually. I'm gonna do the same. Okay, actually it seems I've done quite a bit of that here already, apparently. But I'm gonna do some more. See these empty spaces here? I'm gonna try and remove them. help a bit. Let's see, plenty of areas here without residential zone now. All these empty back alleys, I guess. I don't know if this is gonna be better. I hope so, at least. It's also quite useful for increasing the population, which I also want. Yeah, that should be a bit better actually. Now, it's still quite strange, and I'm quite certain it's because of the empty space towards the highway. So I'm gonna try to fill in more of the area along the wall here. Oops, some strange glitch here. If that was a glitch, maybe it wasn't. I don't know what I'm doing. This should be a lot better. I'll probably keep a bit space here where there's no wall. I'm also going to try to keep this angle a bit steeper. I could just do something like that. I think that looks kinda cool. Some remains of the farm fields here. If you can see that, this line here and a bit over here. And these are trees like here, which have remained. I don't know, maybe it looks kinda strange, but it's hard to get them out specifically, so I'm just gonna leave that. Do they need water? Okay, so they also need some water. And that should be good. Now this whole idea of having this area here which is not dense, it's also kind of strange though, because I mean over here it's not dense at all. So maybe I should try to make this a bit more dense as well while I'm at it. Could be. Let's see what options are there. I could expand with a small road like that and add another road here. That should be good. Add a few more here while I'm at it. Okay, that should be a bit denser. You can see the population has actually risen quite a bit. That is good. I'm gonna add another road here. That way. They should have water. Might be a bit strange this thing. So I'm gonna add a few more houses in this area to make it less rural. But not fully urbanized yet. Here I could use some trees. Shouldn't be a problem. Increase the brush strength a bit. Could use some trees all over this place actually. That should be good. Let's see here. There's this area. Might be a bit too empty. Not sure if you can see it yourself. If you just kind of look like straight above like this, you can see there's a bit strange amount of grass or well, terrain here, which isn't touched at all. If you look here, you can see it's actually just a few meters, especially here. It's pretty close to the forest, which is kind of strange because normally cities tend to be surrounded by suburbs. Well, the city centers do. So they're sort of like the suburbs are sort of like a layer which surrounds the skyscrapers. But that doesn't seem to be the case here because there's this huge forest area. And I think that might be a bit strange. So I'm gonna try to take a look at that. Let's see, it's not too steep. If I remove some trees, it should be easier to see exactly what I can build on here. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite a rough terrain. Let's go back in this view. Yeah, that might be a bit difficult. Should be fine if I smooth it out a bit more first and make sure the roads kind of follow the terrain like they do over here, or possibly not. Could work without doing that. Let's see. So this is gonna be the main road, I guess. Try to keep it a bit away from the edge probably, so you can have more rural houses there. Bit too steep. We just have a more gradual slope down here. Actually, it seems it's going upwards, so I'm going to change the angle here a bit, so it's more straight, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, that should work. Also, I'm gonna change this area so we don't have to wait here for the interchange to clear. Disable sidewalks. Could have one that way. And now I can just, well, could add a few more of these roads actually. Connected here. Another one like so. Now they should have about equal access to roads on all these areas. Um, might be a bit far here actually, so I could put another road like so. Now let's try to add a few more of these tiny roads to kind of fill in the remaining areas here. I'm gonna try to add a small roundabout here, or yes, it's not called a roundabout. Not exactly sure what it's called, but it's for turning around, I guess. Let's see. I will just have to guess. Doesn't seem like a road guidelines is working perfectly fine. Well, it's actually quite a good guess, so that shouldn't be a problem. I could put it a little bit closer. Like so. Now they can turn around easily, and uh, let's create some more of these tiny roads. Turn off guidelines. Add another one here. I guess that's cool. Again, I'm trying to fill in all the empty spaces here. Try to keep it a bit organic as well, so you don't make it too gritty, since this is not exactly in the city center, and even though I'm not trying to make this rural either, it's sort of like a mix. That should be good. I'm also going to try and keep this area up here a bit less dense to make the edge nicer. Seems I kinda messed up with this road. Could actually use the gravel out here. Even though that's probably a bit strange, since there's a gravel road and then there's a concrete road, so that would make more sense. Actually no, too steep. What if I just try to do something like that and connect this gravel road to this one instead? I think that would be acceptable. And now I'm going to add a few more of these tiny roads up here. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to make this edge a bit smooth. The transition from compact to spread out can be kind of hard. I could also keep some of the areas in this road network here empty to make the transition a bit smoother. Let's try and do that actually. So have these empty spots. Oh, and of course I have to keep the amount of houses here a bit smaller. Almost forgot that. Let's see, try and keep it on one side of the road here. Like so. You could also just kind of make these empty holes some places. I think that could work. Now, of course, they're gonna get really mad because I have no water availability. I can fix that really quick by just plopping down some pipes here. Shouldn't take too long. Sort of changes the way the city looks, to be honest. Not sure if it's good or bad, or I mean, the city kind of feels tiny now. It used to be feeling a lot bigger. Kind of strange, I guess. And let's add some playgrounds here to speed this up a bit. Actually, they're missing water here. Seems I missed some spots. Well, I was quite fast with that water tool, so no surprises there, I guess. Oh, they're building these Siberian pine trees. It's kinda interesting, I guess. I guess I'll have to add some trees here. Reforest the area with oak trees. Before that's, well, I don't know, impossible. I usually wait until all the buildings are complete so I don't get trees underneath the houses, because these trees still count, so it could eventually be the thing that made me reach the tree limit. I'm pretty sure that's gonna take a while though, because you can see here all these trees. Well, if I filled in this entire area, I would probably hit that limit. But it should be fine. I mean, there's already forest in most of the places I build, so technically I shouldn't reach the limit without placing more trees. Though it might be that the trees underneath count, and then there's the new tree on top, so guess kinda makes sense that I shouldn't. Oh, there's a lot of oak trees here. Probably a bit too many. Are really similar forest, I guess. Not a lot of different types of trees here. I should probably add some. Yeah, that should be better. Let's see if I can find any of these trees which I was placed. Might be it was too dense with the old ones. Hard to find actually. Let's go on the ground and see. Maybe that's easier. Can see the roots of the trees. Yeah, so there's no difference here. That's not a good sign. Let's try and lower the strength of it and remove some trees then. And then increase it again and just fill in with these different kind of trees. Add a bit of these as well probably. Yeah, that's better. Now they are missing a bit water over here again. So just have to fix that. Let's see, are they improving? Yep, that should be good. And the population is actually increasing quite well. About to hit 130. Wait, sorry, 230,000 citizens. So that's pretty good. Let's take a look again. I find this quite interesting. Huh. Doesn't look too bad, I guess. I do want to move this building here over there. I can't do that since that's a vehicle building, but I can replace it by, well, literally just placing it over again. Let's see. Remove those. Okay, that didn't work too well. Let's see. Oh, well, actually, I could use to move it to just place it somewhere on a straight road, then move it like this. Okay, so it's too tight. Or is it that the building is a bit longer one way? I guess that's the problem. Guess I'll just have to solve that another way then. What's this? Modular building, nothing. Huh. I'm gonna try and replace fire station there. Okay, actually, fire station doesn't work. But let's do a police station then. Let's try to replace the police station here. First, I'm gonna expand the road from this place a bit further. Let's see here, and try to keep this road a bit down. I'm gonna level it with the other road, like so. Could that work? Let's see here. Yeah, I guess that could work. Maybe a bit too far up still. You can see there's this small edge here. So that should be good. Let's remove the zoning here and try to kind of add a modular police station unit there. What else? Is there a modular school? No. Clinic should exist. Yep, that exists. So that should work. Shop, that should exist. Let's see if I can find that one. Probably on high density. So that should be good. Move this a bit further in. And probably I could use some apartments on top here. Could this fit? So that's a little bit too big. That's a little bit too big as well. This one. Okay, that's not modular, so that doesn't work. Let's see. This is modular, so that should be okay. Could I have some office here? Okay, that's too big. Or is it? Could it fit? No, that would be strange. Too big. Let's see what else we got here. There should be some modular. Yeah, here. Okay, this one. Not gonna use that. But I could use two of those. Like so. Let's also take a look at the restrictions. See if any of these are illegal. That one is illegal. I'll have to make it legal. Police station here. Let's remove parking on one side so these can easily access the road. Ambulances, okay. It's fine, I guess. And like that it looks a bit better now. I would be pleased if that modular thing actually had 0 ambulances. Because, well, as far as I know, ambulances, sorry, clinics. Did I say ambulances? Anyways, I think these clinics are too small to actually have any proper ambulance, so I would prepare if it was just 0 ambulances and people would simply walk there for medical purposes. I think that would make more sense. I'm gonna add a few trees here. Let's see if I can get that to work. Let's use the single tool then, I guess. Just move it to kind of find a good spot for them. Disable the grid. Is that good? Let's take a look. It doesn't look too bad, does it? The population has reached 230. That's good. Let's go back to the modular buildings here. Is there actually one modular residential? Bottom? It would be pretty cool, but it doesn't seem like there is one. What's this? Kind of big probably. I'm gonna keep it there for now. Also, this area is nice for some it's nice for some sorry, hold on. You probably know what I mean. I just lost my words a bit here. What I mean is basically some modular commercial buildings here, so you can have houses as well and not just commercial. If that makes sense. Let's see here. Is this a bit strange? Could be. I could actually let's see what kind of services. I could put a clinic here and a police station here. Then I could put a shop there. Think that would make sense. Now let's add some. Actually, I have to move this road as well while I'm at it. If I can. Oh, there you go. Strange. Can't move it. I know I can move it. Maybe something strange with the game right now. I don't know. Let's see, is this leveled out? Seems like it. I'm gonna add a few of these to make this street look a bit better. Let's see. There's actually some concrete there, so that should be fine. Yeah, and now I can go to the residential here and add some residential on top of this thing. These aren't really modular, so they probably don't work. They usually don't. Sometimes they do. It doesn't have to look good when you use this though, so you have to be careful with that. And that looks kind of strange, especially because of the parking lot in the background. First of all, I'll have to move that back a bit, like so, because I noticed the grid kind of went off the way, so I'll have to set that back so I can place these more exact. Let's see, this one, could that fit? No, that doesn't fit. This one, yeah, could fit. It's kind of strange that it's so small on the bottom though. Let's use these for now. Okay, so there's this strange I don't know how I'm gonna fix that actually. It's not correctly. How do I say that? It's not long enough. It's kind of inexact. Would that make sense? Maybe? Okay, so could that work? Sort of like a back alley. Let's see here. This office thing. Could that have a use? Possibly a different building as well. Let's see here. No, that doesn't work. This one. No. What about these? Okay, so these are one tile, so that could actually be very handy in this area. Let's see. Just add some buildings like that. That should work. Let's see how that looks though. So it might be a bit suffocating. As you can see, it's quite a flat surface here. Usually buildings are placed a bit flat like this if they are really tall, but not here. And the sidewalk is kind of thin, so I don't know. Maybe it's bad. Let's try and move this a bit further down here now that the grid is finished. And let's I could actually remove parking here. That could actually help make this feel a bit more open. Less suffocating, I guess. Also, the sideways around here. I could try to find a road with some more sidewalk on, a bit wider roads, probably. Let's see this one. Okay, that didn't have a wider sidewalk actually. Could that help? Let's see. You know what? I could actually just use this type of road. No, I can't use that all the way around here because that would look kind of strange, I guess. Considering this is sort of the main road. So let's also keep this a bit smaller. And this one, take away the extra lane. Looks kind of silly. Disable parking, like so. I don't know what's going on here. Didn't look through that actually. Okay, so it seems it's probably something I did because of the terrain here. But I'm gonna try to do something about that right now. And instead move this street a bit further up here. I have to disable the grid first. That could work, I guess. Let's see, I'm trying to snap it on here. Like so. That should be good. Fix the zoning here. Bit messed up. That should be better. Let's go back over here. Actually, take another look, see if that feels suffocating. A bit, probably. This could improve that a bit. Or not. Kind of hard to figure out these things. A big street. Doesn't seem like the best idea. Could I use one of those? Would that make sense? This can't be filling. No, this feels a lot more open. Doesn't feel suffocating, that's good. What about this one? Okay, that's too small. Or is it? Could this work? I'm actually going to go back to this one and disable parking on the right side here. And oops, I forgot to check the level restriction, I guess. So that's a shame. Now I'll have to move this road over here back a bit. Okay, I can't do that, apparently. Then I'll have to undo the whole thing, which would be a shame. So let's just do this again instead. that way. And let's remove the restriction on this so that doesn't happen again. Over here, need one here as well. That should be better. And of course I have to remove the restriction there. Now I can move this road a bit down. Like so. Upgrade it. Or I guess downgrade, if that makes sense. And I could actually make that a narrow road instead, so the sidewalk looks better without actually being bigger. Could use this one and a 1x1. That should work. Now I have to set the restrictions again. No parking. That one is already fine. Let's see. Set that restriction a few more places. Along here. And that should be good. Now I want to kind of add a it's hard to see, but I want to add a few benches. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. I'll have to see kind of where it's space for that. If a car could just enter there, that would be great. Let's see if I set this one on fire. A fire truck should come down here pretty quick, I hope, unless the whole building burns down, in which case I messed up again. Fire car, where is it going? Let's see. Okay, so it's going there, so already a truck responding. That should be good. Now if I pause the game about here, I should be able to see about the area where the truck stands while driving, so I can easily kind of place a bench there without interfering with the traffic. Let's see if I can find a bench now. Here we go. I'm gonna choose this one. Let's see here. spacing should be about, let's say, 8 meters. So that's good. Could be fine, I guess. So let's place one about the edge of the fire truck there, and let's wait till the fire truck has reached about there so we can get the exact angle we need. Actually, I think these benches are the wrong way, so I'll have to do 180 degrees. Let's see here. Like so. I think that's pretty good. Feels more like one street when you add these kind of things. I could also add a few of these on the other side. Okay, that's actually a bit too big currently. Let's see what I can add. This one a bit smaller. Yeah, that could work. Let's keep the distance a bit higher. Actually, it's not narrow enough either, so didn't work that. Actually, I could compare it to the yellow surface on the building to have this come about right. What? What just happened? Did I click out? Okay. Let's try again, using the crop runner here. Yeah, that worked. So, I guess there's a few trees hidden underneath there now. And that doesn't look too bad. And doesn't feel too, doesn't feel suffocating anymore. I do the same here. Let's see. Okay, so over here the tree got a bit into the wall, so that didn't work. But maybe a few trees here could work. Let's keep the spacing down a bit. Now, well, maybe if I took it all the way, decrease the length a bit. like so. That should be a bit better. Probably gonna be some troubles there when cars are going to park, so I'm gonna keep the tree away from that area. Let's see here. I think I have some buildings I could use in these corners. You see this one? What kind of angle is this? See here, 55. I guess it could work. Do I have something else? No, I don't have anything else, so that's the only option I have. Like so. Try to move it a bit around here. Actually, I could move the street a bit to have this fit a bit better. Or not. That didn't work at all. I'm just gonna remove that. Let's instead try to copy this one and paste it right over there and see how that works. Trying to get this street angle here to look a bit better. See, the Skylines doesn't have a system that is very friendly towards these kind of angles, since it's a grid system. The grid system works quite well, so I don't mind. Just kind of problematic in these situations, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to use a different building. It seems the one I placed there was a bit hard to use. Could this be better? Let's see. Also add a small line of concrete here, like so. Is this... That building actually looks quite long, strangely. I guess it's because it's 3 tiles wide or deep. It's 3 tiles deep. So now we have this sort of street shop. Sorry, I'm losing my English right now. I meant corner shop. I'm gonna try to use a tiny road here as well. This is going to mess up the grid system a bit. Let's try and do that again. attach it to the grid a bit more. That way. And I guess that's good. Fill in this and this. Add a few pedestrian paths. Let's see. Use the move it tool to move this zebra crossing to the perfect spot, like so. Actually, it's a bit too far up. That's better. Let's take a look from ground. You can walk through here, this tiny street, or I guess you can call it a alley. And then you have this area here. Okay, I messed up here. Parking is not supposed to be allowed, because you can see I have added quite a few crops here and trees, which will actually kind of replace the parking. So if you enable parking here, the cars will just spawn on top of the benches and trees. So that doesn't work. Let's see. I was hoping they could start building somewhere here. Could maybe try to add a pedestrian path here. Okay, that didn't work. It should be space though. If I just make it there first and move it like this, that could work. Better. Let's see. I still need some more space. Okay, that should work. Now I can just okay, well. That should work. And a few of these. Okay, so they have this small green area in the back alley here, and they have access with pedestrian paths through the buildings, and that should be good. Also over here I could change this to a pedestrian road, since there's some glitch here. Height too high. Try and flatten out the terrain here. For some strange reason there's a big hole in the ground. Okay, that's better. Let's also disable parking on that side of the road so they can easily enter the building, and disable it on every second side of the road. Like so. Oh, that's actually quite lucky. If I hadn't removed the parking, they would actually just mow through the cars being parked there. That's kind of a glitch with this City Skylines game. You can see they can drive normally around here without any issues. It's just the parking that's causing the issues. Let's see over here. This is a low density house. I want to replace that with a high density commercial. And let's also add a pedestrian path on the back side here, and have it go over there, like so. Let's see where else I can place these modular buildings. Interesting here. I can swear it was much taller buildings in this area. Did something burn, or? There was buildings like this here, wasn't there? I think so. That's interesting. I'm gonna replace that with some parking, I think. Is that a good idea? Could also replace it with some, let's see, what is it here? It's mostly offices, I think. Actually it's a lot of residential as well. So I guess most of the traffic here is traffic going to other jobs or commercial. Let's see, driving to school, driving to school, driving to school. Okay, so most of these are going to school. That's interesting. Let's see here. School, which is over here. Okay, so that actually causes some traffic. But I bet they aren't from the nearby area here. They are probably coming from somewhere over here. So that's understandable. This might be a bit strange. I'm gonna upgrade that road so they can drive past the bus stop. Let's see here. Disable parking on this side. What was that? That's kind of creepy. Parking, disable it there. Yeah, that helps a lot on traffic actually. Until the buses arrive, of course. No, I could technically make this a dedicated bus road. Not sure if that will help. Oh, I guess not. I like how green it looks with these tall trees instead of the small ones. It has this really unique feel to it, having these pine trees in the middle of the city center. Oh, okay, so there's a lot of trees in here, aren't there? Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of trees here. Trees inside each other and stuff like that. Try not to move every tree. I guess that's better. Could I add a pedestrian path here? Just to kind of fill this area out a bit. Let's go back here and see how this area is working out. There's a tiny building there, which I don't like. I'm gonna remove that. That's better. Let's see from ground view here if I can manage that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see over here. Still no issues here. That's good. Well, yeah, I'm gonna end it there. If you wanna see more, you'll just have to subscribe. You can also like my video. Then I'll easily know why you subscribed if you did that as well. And I can continue making more of this. Yeah, I will actually continue at least for a while um, making these stream videos. Maybe in the future I will do some more work and edit them and actually, get some watchable stuff instead of a 1 to 3 hour pure gameplay video. I doubt that a lot of people would actually sit down and watch that entire thing. So yeah, well, anyways, good day. See you another